Now, natural killer cell or NK cell. NK cells arise from both bone marrow and thymus and have large granules. So they are the T cells with large granules and constitute 5 to 10% of the peripheral blood cells. The NK cells are non-adherent, non-phagocytic cells and are non-immune cells. That is, they never came in contact with the target cell before and cause non-antibody mediated killing of target cells. So they kill the target cell even if they don't come in contact with the antibodies previous. They can kill the malignant cells, foreign cells and viral infected cells. How do they kill it? They kill it with large eosinophilic granules. The NK cells produce and are activated by interferon and they have the receptor for Fc portion of immunoglobulin G. They also have features of neutrophils and monocyte macrophage. So they have features of all the three cells, neutrophil, monocyte, macrophage. So they mediate antibody dependent cellular cytotoxicity. NK cells may have different types of receptors are killer immunoglobulin-like receptor KIRS that inhibit and killing of HLA positive cells. NK cells inactivation by KIRS is central mechanism to prevent damage to the normal host cell. So killer immunoglobulin receptor prevent normal host cell damage. Number 2, NK cells have natural cytotoxicity receptors that kills the target cell. And there are two other receptors on the NK cell, activators and inhibitor receptors of the NK cell. Inhibitors of the NK cells don't respond to uninfected and non-malignant cells, and activators of the NK cells attack malignant and virally infected cells. So different types of NK cell receptors are killer immunoglobulin-like receptors which prevent the damage to the normal cell, and natural cytotoxicity receptors that kills the target cell. The inhibitors of the NK cell don't respond to uninfected and non-malignant cells, and activators of the NK cell which attack malignant and virally infected cells. The other function of NK cell is that it damages intracellular bacteria. For example, Listeria monocytogenes and Mycobacterium tuberculosis. They are also attacked by NK cells. The functions of the NK cell is hyporesponsive in which disease? In chediak higashi syndrome with defective degranulation of the neutrophil lysosome. So summing up, the NK cells that they form 5 to 10% of the peripheral blood, and they are non-immune, non-phagocytic, non-adherent and non-immune. That non-immune means they attack the cells which do not have antibody, and they attack malignant cells, virus infected cells and foreign cells with their eosinophilic granules, and they have features of neutrophils and macrophages and monocytes, so they mediate antibody dependent cellular cytotoxicity. Different types of NK cell receptors are killer-like receptors, natural cytotoxicity receptors, inhibitors of NK cells and activators of NK cells. They also attack some intracellular bacteria that include Mycobacterium tuberculosis.